This is an invitation for a memorial service for Jake held at Chris's.
Why would Chris hold a memorial service for Jake? They weren't even friends.
That's putting it mildly.
The last time I saw them together, they were arguing.
What do you think Chris is up to, huh?
What does Chris think he can get out of giving a memorial for Jake?
I'll find out.
You can't possibly be going.
Well, Ellen doesn't want to put up with any more of Ramsey's games. But I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Can't I do something nice without everybody assuming that I'm working an angle?
No, you can't, because you always are, and we know it. Case in point, last night we go out to celebrate, and you put the moves on me.
Oh, come on. You put your head on my shoulder. I didn't want to insult you by refusing such a blatant invitation.
Oh, if you thought that was an invitation, you really need to get out more. All right, so what's with this memorial anyway?
All right. Truth is, I bought a ton of party stuff to celebrate my winning the Quartermain. Can't return it, so I figured why let it go to waste.
Well, you could have a party for me.
But you didn't put out.
Oh, you're all heart, Ramsey.
Thank you. Anyway, I figured more people would show up if I threw a memorial for Jake rather than a party for either one of us.
Honestly, Gail, I felt like there was light at the end of the tunnel when I thought that the murders had been solved. But now that the police tell me that Jake was never even involved in the first place, I feel like the tunnel's about to cave in on me.
Well, these crimes are horrific, Kevin, but you can't blame yourself. Look, I want you to think of the possibility that maybe you are confusing your feelings about these murders with your guilt over Victor's mistress's death on Jasmine Island.
I have considered that. And you may be right. And I am trying to process what happened back then. Victor told me that Ryan and I murdered that woman when I was 4. And I have the partial memories to substantiate it. Maybe it's time I finally do something about it.
Like what?
I've decided to tell the police that I'm responsible.
Do you want my opinion about going to the authorities?
I could use your input, yeah.
It's premature.
How long do I have to wait?
Kevin, we aren't even sure what happened at that picnic. All we know is a woman died. And we pieced together some of the puzzle, but it was 30 years ago. You were 4 years old. You hardly remember anything. And going to the police isn't going to clarify any of those issues any further.
I could give the victim's family some closure.
You might open up old wounds without resolving anything.
Victor's story, coupled with my memories, make a pretty convincing picture of what happened, Gail.
For heaven's sakes, Kevin, yours and Victor's memories are all jumbled, and you know that.
What if I just accept the fact that I committed this murder? Accept it. Deal with it. And maybe I can find some peace in my life.
Why are you so anxious to admit that you're capable
Because
of
it's
killing?
not much of a stretch to get there. I have it in me.
Kevin, I know you have this fear of a genetic predisposition to violence, but I have never, ever seen any manifestation of it. In fact, quite to the contrary.
I'll give it your best shot.
You know as well as I do that serial killers have no conscience. They have no remorse for the crimes that they have committed. Their focus is on gratification, and that's why they continue to kill and kill. That's all they care about. But look at you. I mean, you are just swimming in guilt over something that you may have done when you were a 4-year-old child.
So I'm neurotic, but not a serial killer?
You tell me. Kevin, do you sympathize with the people that have been hurt, or does their suffering just leave you cold?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't care.
Exactly.
So this guy cut me off, right? And there is no way that I am going to take treatment like that. So I followed him into town. And he went inside this hardware store. And I got out of my truck, grabbed a crowbar, and I smashed in his taillights.
Frank, that is the dumbest thing I've
He
ever heard.
deserved it. I also hammered a few dents in his doors for the kicks. And when this guy walked out of the store and saw his car beat to shreds, I swear to you, I thought he was going to cry.
Have you ever heard of road rage? You can get yourself blown away picking fights like that, Frank.
I can handle myself.
Oh, you know, I keep on forgetting you're Superman. Let me guess, you just shot up the DL-56.
I didn't even have my regular dose, so I ran out.
You know, I can still tell you had some. I can always tell.
Drop it. I have everything under control.
You call bashing in some stranger's taillights being under control?
This doesn't concern you, Lark. I don't need you to steal the DL-56 for me anymore. I've got a guy making it now.
If I can read all the symptoms, how long until Joe figures it out?
That can't happen. If Joe finds out, he'll cut me off, and I could die. DL-56 is keeping me alive.
Joe would never let you die, Frank.
It's my body. I am the one who knows what I need.
You know, but what if the doses you're taking are damaging your body? You know, maybe you could quit for a while and see what happens.
I tried that.
Oh, for only 2 days? Frank, please, be honest with yourself. You take that drug because you like the way it makes you feel.
Yeah, alive. My heart beating in my chest. I have grown fond of that feeling.
You know, so get yourself admitted and have Joe take care of you.
My heart is damaged. If I come off this drug, it could stop beating permanently, and there is nothing that Joe or Karen can do about that. I'm staying on it.
I'll tell you something. You may have to hold me back from smashing Chris's teeth in when he sits and acts like he actually gave a damn about Jake.
I know, but this is not about Chris, okay? This is about Jake. He's our friend, and he deserves to be remembered by someone who cares about him, right?
Yeah? Which Chris did not?
But we did. And it doesn't matter where we have a memorial. It just matters that we have one that we honor Jake.
You're right. As always. But understand something, I'm not staying here long. Because Jake or no Jake, I've had enough of Chris Ramsey.
Julie, I remembered you were a teetotaler, so here's some sparkling cider for you.
Oh, forget that. Today is different. Bring on the champagne.
Really? Since when?
Since I grew up.
You've grown older and more cynical. What an attractive combination.
You know, better make sure he didn't add anything to that glass, Julie. You've already been slipped one, Mickey.
I'm careful. Oh, I let down my guard for a while when we thought Jake was the killer, but I've regained my senses. I don't trust anyone anymore. Why do you look at me when you say that? Guess.
Joe, Karen, thanks for coming.
We are here for Jake.
Well, we're all here for Jake. Hey, how's Serena?
Well, she's still waiting for a corneal transplant, but thanks for asking. I brought a CD. Jake always used to listen to that when we were in the lab, so I thought we could play it.
Oh, that's a great idea. Please come in.
Hey, guys.
Hey, join the party.
Congratulations on the quartermain.
Yeah, I second that. You know, it's so nice to see somebody get it who really deserves it.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So we're all here, I guess. It was a year ago that Jake and Danielle were celebrating their engagement party at the recovery room.
Yeah, Danielle was on cloud 9.
Yeah, she was.
It's hard to believe that within a year they'd both be gone.
Grace, too.
It just goes to show the way the world is today, you can't count on anything.
Except your friends.
Oh, come on, Chris. Your definition of friend is someone who can cover your cases while you go hit on a nurse.
Well, if that's the worst you can say about me, I must be a pretty decent guy.
Well, I can think of a few other things.
Wow, wow. The town crier, ladies and gentlemen. Got more to say, don't you? What a shock. Here's a newsflash for you. I'm not a murderer.
All right, all right. So now that we know Jake didn't do it, who did? Well, we might as well say what we're all thinking. Could be one of us.